Hi, this is outside of the courthouse in Manhattan, Southern District Court, where Puffy, Sean Combs, is having a hearing about his bail. He was denied bail twice by the magistrate judge. The magistrate judge handles more mundane, routine affairs. So today he went to see the district judge, who will be handling the whole case. He saw what the magistrate judge felt. He felt that no bail for Puffy because he was doing terroristic threats. He was intimidating witnesses. One person he contacted 54 times by phone or some similar way over 2 days. And he's a flight risk. He uses jets, and although they have his visa, he could easily get on a jet and escape to a foreign country. And so they felt that, he was not a good person. He also was using his money for the magistrate judge. He tried, according to what people said, he tried to say, well, I'll pay $50 million to get out of jail on bond. And the magistrate said no. Then he said $75 million to get out, and the magistrate judge said no. And we are told that he was again denied bond.
Everybody. We made a bail appeal to Judge Carter. It did not go our way. The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot. I told Mr. Combs I'm going to try and get his case to trial as quickly as possible. I'm going to try and minimize the amount of time he spends in very, very difficult and, I believe, inhumane housing conditions in the special housing unit of the Metropolitan Detention Facility. And I'm going to do everything that I can to move his case as quickly as possible.
It has stopped for some reason.
Devices that they have to download and provide to me, but everything's on the government's timetable. Nothing's on the defendant's timetable, and they're going to have to accommodate me and him and give us a quick trial. And I'm going to be pushing for that. He's ready. He's focused. He has been ready to defend this case since he first found out about this case. Nothing has changed from his perspective. I obviously would much prefer to fight this case with him out of jail, and we are going to try to bring that about through additional legal process. But wherever he is, his resolve is the same. He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent, and we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight any longer. I'm not really going to take any questions, but at this point, we are moving forward. We're preparing for trial as we speak, and we are considering our next steps and appealing the court's ruling from today. All right. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate it.
Okay, this is Wednesday, September 18th, 2024.
In the past, Essex County, New Jersey, it's a county facility, but it has a contract with the federal government, and you can get certain number of federal inmates in Essex County, New Jersey. And in my experience, it's an easier place to deal with. I think it's.
This cleansing balm truly dissolves my eye makeup.
So we'll have to see what exactly happens, whether they can get him out, whether they can move him to a different facility, as they want to do, because what they'll do is they'll just keep harassing the prison until they can finally get him out of his current situation. Let me see if I can get this. Okay, here he is again. And he's going off. Well, of course, Puffy said, well, he's not a flight risk. He knew he was going to be arrested. However, they arrested him one day earlier. And he said, well, if you hadn't arrested me, I would have showed up in court the next day. You could see I wasn't trying to flee. I was just hanging around in public. easily accessible, visible. I wasn't hiding. And so he said he's not a flight risk. But of course, this has a lot of publicity. Now, the government's never really tried to protect minority women. We have seen many times in the past where rappers would beat someone unconscious in an elevator or something and drag the woman out the elevator. And we've even seen people in suitcases dead being taken from rooms. And we have never really seen the government come in and try to protect these women. I think the real reason that they're cracking down is because of the stuff that has come out about Justin Bieber and the films, the videos about Justin Bieber and Puffy. They're very, very scary. The way he accessed Justin Bieber through the internet, YouTube, when Justin Bieber was singing songs, and then he was corrupted by Usher and Puffy. So I think that's probably more at the headline reason. I don't think they're doing it for his two wives or girlfriends, but of course they will be included in anything, and anyone else who wants to bring up a complaint will be heard. I think a lot of the people will get off as cooperating witnesses. They will just cooperate with the government if they want to get out of this case. And I think a lot of people will do that. But there will be some people at the top who will be part of this crime gang and will actually be charged and have to go through court filings. And there will be a lot of people. Will Smith will probably be one because he's well known and he's known about all of these activities and never acknowledged or let on as to what was going on as far as corruption. They could even get Kevin Hart because he was involved and he knew and he participated, although he tried to play innocent. So we'll have to see who exactly the court goes after. They, of course, by now have a lot of witnesses already documented and videotapes of their testimony, and they will be seeking many more because the more they can get, the better. And this case really reminds me a lot of Trump, because Trump has been giving out terroristic threats. He's been doing intimidation of the voters. He said if he doesn't win, he's going, or if he doesn't win, he's going after people. If he wins, he's going after people. Of course, if he doesn't win, he can't go after anybody because he's just an ordinary citizen. But he thinks he has the power of the presidency to go after people if he loses. But he doesn't. If he doesn't win, he can't go after anybody. He's just another candidate that lost. But he's been intimidating people. He's been telling lies. I'm going to do another podcast about his lies about Ohio, Springfield, Ohio specifically, and the immigrants. And he has been doing a lot of damage in Springfield, and I think that's absolutely terrible. And he is a flight risk. He has already said he wants to go to Venezuela if he doesn't win. So he is a flight risk. If he loses, the next day he will be off to some country, maybe even China or Russia, where they will not extradite him, and he will remain there with his friends, his comrades, and try to seek shelter from the American courts, which he hates. He doesn't trust the American courts. He thinks all of his felonies are fake, and he's just a crazy man. So anyway, we'll talk about this all later, but for this podcast, the verdict today in district court is that Puffy will not get bail. He will be in special housing, which means he will be in a single cell. He won't have to have a bunk made or anything. But those special housing units are crazy. They have a lot of noise. They have a lot of prisoners who yell 24 hours a day. They have people who will be saying all kinds of things to him. There will be a lot of people who will threaten him or his family, because they have access to people outside who will intimidate others, and he will probably be made to pay for things in the prison. You know, even the prison guards will probably put pressure on him to shell out money for things. So we'll have to see how his prison time goes, and it'll be very interesting. Okay, like and subscribe. Bye.